Are home prices starting to fall in Northwest Arkansas? We're definitely going to discuss that. Plus, there are going to be some great fire sales happening this upcoming winter, and we're going to talk about some of those core areas. So, let's talk about that. Hey everybody, if you don't know who I am, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. Actually, I was a real estate broker in Chicagoland for over a decade, decided to leave the dumpster fire state, also known as Illinois, also known as Chicagoland, the worst. And I looked all across America of where I want to move to next, literally all across America. So there's probably a lot of places you're looking at right now that I looked into, and I decided to move here in Northwest Arkansas for so many different reasons. So when you're looking into the area, definitely give me a call. Definitely let's meet down for coffee. Let's talk about why I chose Northwest Arkansas versus anywhere else in America. And there are so many reasons. Also, if you haven't been down to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. Sounds exactly what it is. It's literally a starter pack full of all the cool things Northwest Arkansas. What's going on downtown Bentonville? What's going on in Fayetteville? What's going on in Springdale? What are the schools like? What are the hospitals like? All the things you need to know about Northwest Arkansas. Boop, 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 boop. Package, it's literally package shipped right to your home. Right to your home. Enter your name below, enter your address below. Where am I shipping this package to? Let me know with all the information below. I'll make sure to get the package shipped to you right away. Also, side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike, so that's pretty cool. And I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. It is my favorite four-letter F word. Free! So enter your information below. I'll make sure to get the package shipped to you right away. All right, so let's discuss home prices in Northwest Arkansas. So let me tell you a short answer of the question of what you're asking. Are home prices falling? The short answer is no. Bentonville did see a decrease of price per square foot. Bentonville is definitely a outlier because they have such affordable housing, like 350-ish, 300-ish homes, all the way up to like $6 million homes. So that kind of, that wild number just kind of throws the number off quite a bit. But there is definitely a calming time in Bentonville when it comes to the downtown section because of, for obvious interest rate reasons, etc. So just know the only one that actually has dipped a little bit in the last comparison to last year has been Bentonville. But that doesn't necessarily mean we should be concerned about prices falling in Northwest Arkansas. There has been definitely, and I've talked about this in other videos, there definitely has been a plateauing effect comparison. This whole year has been more of a plateauing effect than anything. Now, the thing about this, when it comes to comparison to other places in America, is that you probably think plateauing is a bad thing. And maybe, maybe you could say that, but comparison to other places in America, yeah, we're still doing pretty good. There's still 37 people have been moving here per day. So that's a thing. And on top of that, it's interesting because places like Austin and Portland and even parts of California, definitely Illinois, other parts of America have seen a decent decrease of pricing over the last 6 months, whereas Northwest Arkansas has seen a little bit, definitely a jump and plateauing effect in the last 6 months or so. So if you've ever been concerned, and people have always said, we're waiting for the drop, the thing about Northwest Arkansas, and this is just my opinion, things could change, but this is comparison to the last recession in 2008. I wasn't here for that, but I look back at data sets, and this is a very insular place. So that's one thing to keep in mind if you're waiting for a drop. This place is pretty insular because of the recruitment factor from all the major companies, plus all the major companies moving here, plus all the vendors that work with the major companies exist here. So it's one of those things where even if there was a recession across America, it's really not going to have much of a dip because of the recruitment factor of these big companies and the university and all the companies moving here. There actually might be an increase at some point because if companies decide to exit out of these other different states and bring all their employees with them potentially, that could change the game a little bit. I've heard rumors of things. I've heard companies that are considering moving here. There's obviously recruitment factors with the council moving. Obviously, people coming here. Nothing on paper yet, but I do know that there are companies that are looking to move here, and that could definitely change the game of where they're coming from to actually Northwest Arkansas. All right, so now let's jump over to some potential fire sales areas you need to be focused on anywhere from now till the end of the year. Asterisk, there could be some sales after the end of the year moving into January, but now is the time to be really, really focused on that. And I'm gonna have a video upcoming here very shortly in like a week or so, talking about what are some aspects to a great offer to reduce the price of these homes, even if it's not a fire sale. Different time, different video, different thing. But let's talk about some of those core areas right now that we're going to be focusing on to make sure we wrap something up before the end of the year. And the first area you need to be focused on is Bella Vista. I've said this in other videos, but let's talk about this again. Why Bella Vista? If you're looking to look for a fire sale or I would consider a 5 to 7% price reduction, you need to look at Bella Vista. And the reason being is because all those homes are custom homes up there. When you ever get into a subdivision like Schubert Mitchell, Roche Coleman, Horton Homes, Riverwood Homes, all these kind of builders around the area, they really don't favor price reductions. They'll do concessions, they'll do $5,000 here to buy out this and do that, etc. But the thing is that they almost always never reduce the price of the homes unless very, very special conditions. Like for instance, I just did a 10 or 15% reduction on a Roche Coleman home because the actual, not me personally, but the Roche Coleman did, because the land was sloped. My clients got an amazing deal because it's a sloped little bit of land, 4-bedroom house, etc. It was great for them. Moving on. But very rarely do major builders do this. But in Bella Vista, they're all really custom homes and smaller end builders. You can negotiate, you can do things, you can move things around. And so a lot of times if you're looking for fire sales or significant price reductions, definitely look at Bella Vista, because by the end of the year, they want these homes off the books. They want to start fresh. And so whether they're taking a loss sometimes, they'd rather, if they've made so much profit at the beginning of the year and they need to take a loss, between now and December is the time for loss, because they need to, obviously from a financial standpoint, need to show some expenses, etc. So this is where this comes in with Bella Vista and actual builders. They need sometimes to write that off the book. So keep that in mind with Bella Vista, kind of a unique area. And that's why you have to be weary of that and be ready for that situation, because Bella Vista is going to be by far the best place to look for that. And the second place you need to be aware of when it comes to fire sales or huge price reductions, when it becomes between November or now between December, this actually will stretch past December into January, February a little bit, but homes that need help. Now, luckily in the last couple, like 2 weeks or so, I've had a lot of clients come out here and we've been able to find some of these homes that need, don't be scared here, but sometimes $20,000 worth of work, sometimes $30,000 worth of work. But the thing about it is that if they get these homes done, they're going to be worth almost $60,000 to $70,000 on top of that. So the reason that you want to be paying attention to this is that when these homes hit the market, they know that this is not peak season. Peak season usually is going to start around April-ish, go all the way up until August is usually peak season time. So they know they're going to get peak season. So the thing about it is that they already know this. So they're already anticipating a lower offer. Sometimes they actually put it on at an appropriate price. A lot of times they don't, because they're trying to get as much as they can out of the home, understandably. But here's the fun factor about this, is that if you're coming to the area and you have a little bit more liquid cash available to do some remodels, and whether you're cash for the house or even just loan, we can talk about that in a second. If you're going to be if you need a help house, you cannot go FHA, you cannot go VA. So that's a different conversation. But regardless, if you're doing a conventional loan, you have some cash, you can negotiate pretty hard on some of these help homes, as I call them, because you have cash, or maybe you're a tradesman, maybe you can do some of the work yourself, but you can negotiate pretty hard knowing the fact that you're going to take on some of the risk of doing the work yourself. And then on top of that, knowing you're going to be able to sell the home, this is not a flip, you're going to be able to sell the home in about a year or 2 or 3 for quite a bit more money than what you paid for it. So when you're coming to the area, if you're coming in between now or December, kind of January, February, not peak market time, just be aware there's going to be quite a few help homes that just need to exit stage left, get out of Northeast Arkansas for whatever reason, and they need someone to buy the home and be able to do some of the work, and that could be you. Whoa, before we jump on to the next point, I have something brand new called Instant Home Updates. So maybe you're looking to move to the area and you're using things like Realtor.com, Zillow.com, or Redfin. Way too slow. Notifications? Way too slow. That's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. Sounds exactly what it is. It's literally Instant Home Updates. So enter your information below: name, square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms. Where do you want to move to Northeast Arkansas? Let me know with all that information below. I'll make sure you don't miss a single notification when it comes for homes for sale or for land, homes for sale or for rent, all in Northeast Arkansas. Also, side note, every single Friday I send an email out just kind of talking about all the cool things in Northeast Arkansas. What's going on downtown Bentonville? What's going on in Fayetteville? What's going on over at Pinnacle Hills? What's going on at the amphitheater? What's going on downtown Rogers? What new business is moving here? What is going on this weekend? There are so many things all the time. When is First Fridays? When is First Thursdays? When is the lighting ceremony? So many things all the time. Enter your name below, enter your email below. I get that email out every single Friday, just kind of keeping you up to date with all the cool things Northeast Arkansas. Also, again, side note, there will be a little fear of missing out, little FOMO, so to speak. But I promise you will be the most informed person eventually when you make your way down to Northwest Arkansas. And the third and final area you need to be aware of when it comes to fire sales this upcoming last part of the year and early into next year is meh homes. MEH homes. Meh. And these homes I would classify as homes that are on the market over 10, 14, 20, 30, 50 days or so. And they're just kind of meh. So nothing super special, etc. So who is it for this home? Because you're thinking, I want to go and find my perfect home in Northwest Arkansas, which does exist. But sometimes they're not on the market at the moment. Or what you have to do is kind of dream a little bit and actually put yourself in this home and spritz it up a little bit, make it better. So a lot of times these homes are a little bit outdated. They're going to have, we're going to have Formica countertops sometimes. You might have some laminate flooring. You might have some carpet. You might have some other things you just want to kind of spruce up. I'm not saying homes from the 1970s. I'm saying homes that were built in like 2006, 2010-ish that kind of need a little bit of, meh, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, etc. So some of these homes that just don't really have anything super special about them, you can negotiate pretty hard on these, sometimes 5%, sometimes a little bit more, and get them down in price. And then you can take that extra savings and apply it to the home itself. And then obviously you have equity bump in the future. This is not necessarily meant for a flip, but it's meant to be aware of that some of these people that are selling these homes, again, need to get out of stage left, and they don't have the greatest of all homes, but they definitely need to get out of there. And so when you're coming down to the area, be aware of these homes. They do exist out there, and obviously Siloam Springs, Centerton, Bentonville, Bella Vista to some extent, Pea Ridge, Fayetteville, etc. They exist everywhere. So just be aware that you're coming down here. Don't forget about the meh homes, because you can get some sweet deals there as well. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you are thinking about coming down to Northwest Arkansas, download my 3-day itineraries link below. Maybe you're a adventurer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids. Whatever it is, there's a 3-day itinerary link down below for you. So go ahead and download them, use it when you get down here. Also, when you do come down here, I can give you the $10 tour so I can kind of show you around the whole area. Plus, we can check out some homes for sale or for rent and see how far your dollar will go in Northwest Arkansas compared to where you're coming from. All right, guys, see you next one.